Hello guys, this is another video here. As you can see by the title, we'll be doing What If Kakashi Raised Naruto, Part 2. So where we left off was when Aruka had Naruto and Sasuke put up the unison sign, and they were both about to fight, and the winner will be the Rookie of the Year. So after they had did that, Aruka had of course made the signal for them to start running at each other, as them both being a set of at least 15 yards away from each other. They had both started to sprint towards one another. As when they had got close, you would see Sasuke basically anticipate Naruto's movements, as Naruto had pulled out a kunai going for a slash that Sasuke had sidestepped, and when he had sidestepped, he had blocked with his own kunai, as they were both trying to outpower the other. But that's when you would see Naruto jump up as if he was going to kick off Sasuke, but then Sasuke grabbed him and basically threw him to the ground. And when he had, Sasuke took this approach running towards Naruto, but Naruto would quickly jump up, pulling out his blade from his back. That Sasuke would have to block with his own sword, not sword, kunai. But since Naruto has a blade, he's able to overpower him. And when he was about to actually get a clean slash off of Sasuke, you see where Sasuke had jumped and flipped over Naruto, kicking him in the back and making Naruto roll forward. As Naruto gripped tightly on his blade, making sure that he did not lose it. As that's when he had got up, you would see Sasuke just finish the hand signs, as he would say, Katon, fire style, fireball jutsu, shooting out a large fireball that went towards Naruto. As Naruto, seeing this, quickly had thought of a plan with his creative mind, as he threw Shuriken through the fire. And when he did that, he had ran through hand signs of his own, saying Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu. As that's when the Shuriken that were multiplied had came through the fire, as half of them were on flame, half of them had flames on them from Sasuke's fireball, and the other half were just regular shuriken. But since Sasuke didn't expect this, as he had to block a couple with his own kunai, but he was cut up by some. But from Sasuke's vision, since he was basically focusing on himself, it seemed like Naruto had gotten engulfed by the fireball. But when the smoke had cleared, you would see Naruto had got over there from palming himself. And what he did, he had uppercut Sasuke right in the jaw, sending Sasuke right in the air. As then Naruto quickly got quickly got onto his feet and made shadow clones that had Gale palmed him up there, boosting him up to enough height where he swings towards Sasuke, but Sasuke had basically moved in the air. Since Naruto was coming up to him, Sasuke is the advantage, and then Sasuke had kicked him, but when he kicked him, you would see Sasuke, it seemed like there was something on his hand, something like lightning or a spark. So Sasuke had basically kicked him similar to like the Lion's Barrage, but Sasuke had tapped him on the back when he went down, as Naruto flew right to the ground. And when he had tried to get up in pain, he couldn't, because he was paralyzed. As seeing that while Naruto's on the ground and he can't move, his shadow clones had dissipated, poofing away. As Sasuke, as he had got his feet landing to the ground, he would have went to pick up Naruto's blade, trying to pin down Naruto, but Naruto at this second, as he forced himself, as he thought that he forced himself through the jutsu, but really he was just unparalyzed at this moment, and he had quickly socked Sasuke right in his gut, knocking the wind out of him, then turning around, and what he did, he hit Sasuke with a hell of a kick that sent Sasuke is basically flying, as Sasuke had barely caught his balance as he was about to tumble and fall. Then you would see Naruto quickly right in Sasuke's face, trying to clash with him, but Sasuke had blocked with his kunai again. But then Naruto seemed like he had came up with a strategy, as Naruto with his other hand said wind style, Gale Palm, trying to blow Sasuke out of the ring. But you would see Sasuke quickly synchronizing their hands before the Gale Palm can be released, making his own lightning palm, making the wind and lightning palm jutsu synchronizing and basically countering out each other. As that's when Naruto says, "This is it, Sasuke," thinking that he was going to win the clash. But as the clash happened, you would see them both flying back. Sasuke had flew in the air, but Naruto had just flew back, sliding across the dirt. As that's where as Sasuke seems like that he was able to recover better, or I guess you can say that his jutsu was stronger. So meaning that when he was in the air, it gave him time, as you would see him say, "Now take this on for size," as Naruto had just basically had fell, as he was not in the air no more. Sasuke had said lightning style, electrical stream, shooting out a lightning stream from his mouth that went towards Naruto, hitting him, as this is more powerful than the lightning palm. As when Naruto's on the ground paralyzed, that's when Sasuke had landed, now clearly having taken the dub. And since Naruto's paralyzed, Sasuke takes this chance and basically knocking Naruto out of the ring, as declaring Sasuke Uchiha as their winner and the rookie of the year. But Naruto did put up a good fight. So after Naruto had challenged Sasuke to a fight, basically after the academy, saying that he only won because of that cheap shot, and saying that if they had battled again, that Sasuke wouldn't be able to get that off. And Sasuke would just say that it was a fair fight, but I'm up to a rematch. As he smirked, looking at Naruto, saying that he's up to beat him again. And Naruto says he basically looked a little bit angrily, but he composed himself. As that's when they said that they'll meet up later on to, of course, have a spar. So then, to cover things like, since you guys would kind of wonder what's gonna happen with Mizuki, because who is he gonna trick? As I would say, since Mizuki has no way to trick in this timeline, because you'll have nobody. Yeah, he'll basically have nobody to trick, because everybody would end up passing. So basically, what I'm saying is that he'll end up having to steal a scroll on his own, and we'll see how this events occur. As we'll be skipping to the next day, as Naruto and Sasuke they didn't have time actually to continue their spar later on. It actually had to end up late after they had passed the academy and were officially, I guess you can say, about to begin. We have where, since Mizuki ends up stealing the scroll by himself, he'll have to, as I'll say that it was still alerted because of just some reason, as so the ninjas were still looking for this. But going to the Naruto and Sasuke, as Naruto had basically clenched his blade, saying that he wants his rematch, and saying that this time is going to be different. And Sasuke would just smirk, saying, well, let's see about that. Because you do talk a lot, Naruto, but it seems like you can't really back that up. So that's when the fight would begin. As they ended up sparring, as Naruto had did better this time. But through Sasuke being Uchiha with his natural finesse, even through Kakashi's training, Sasuke was able to barely get the dub. As if you remember in the last part, I explained how stronger these characters are than their canon counterpart. They're not too strong, but they are stronger than their canon counterpart. as that's when they had cornered this Anbu, saying, "What are you doing? And what did you do to Mizuki?" As that's when they had basically both said these words, the Anbu would just seems like the Anbu sighed under his mask, as the Anbu would say, "I have to deal with you too." As he would say, "Well, he was." He was stealing the scroll of Sea Link, and that was clearly just, finishing off that traitor. But now I'll be taking back this scroll where to it rightfully belongs. As that's when Naruto had yelled saying that, clearly you're not, basically clearly you're not telling the truth. Because if that's the case, you would have just basically beaten Mizuki with ease and then took the scroll back. You're clearly trying to do anything with your own motives. As that's when Sasuke had gone into his battle stance. And the Anbu says, "Well, it seems like I'm gonna have to take you two out like I did him." And this had kind of sent shivers down the spines of these two children. As that's when Sasuke had shivered in fear, while Naruto, it seemed like he was paralyzed. But then the Anbu had unsealed a sword as he had ran towards the Uchiha. As Naruto seen this, as he was too afraid to move, but then he remembered what Kakashi told him. As Kakashi told him that if you're ever in a situation where an opponent is stronger than you and you are scared to fight, cripple them and do the best you can, and always protect the ones that are close to you to survive. As then Naruto seemingly had quickly appeared to the side of the Anbu, as the Anbu was walking very slow. As this running through his mind, Naruto thinking that he can't let somebody, this man, this liar, this traitor, kill Sasuke. As you would see Naruto gel palming himself, similar to in this clip, as he had punched the Anbu right in the back of his head, as the Anbu was walking slowly to Sasuke. As then it had basically hitting this Anbu, making him fly against a tree. As Naruto had looked at Sasuke, saying, "Sasuke, I'm gonna need your help." As the other Shao clones had ran towards the Anbu as he was getting up, dazed. But then when they came towards him, the Anbu had weaved off these Shao clones with ease. As they poofed, you would see Sasuke and Naruto both throwing shuriken, using their teamwork. But Sasuke had covered these shuriken in ninja wire, trying to tie him up. But the Anbu had used a substitution jutsu, appearing behind Sasuke, kicking him as Sasuke had hit the ground. That's when the Anbu had rushed towards Naruto, as Naruto had clashed blades with him. As then Naruto had turned with his blade trying to slash the Anbu, but the Anbu spin, kicking him in the face. As when he had spin and kicked him in the face, that's where Anbu had slid back. As that's when the Anbu's mask had the crack in it. As the Anbu says, maybe I should take you guys a little more seriously. But then you would see Sasuke getting up, running through hand signs, saying fire style, fireball jutsu, shooting out a fireball. And that's when Sasuke had said, "Naruto, flaming shuriken." As Naruto, when he had heard this, he knew what to do, as he had threw his shuriken through the fire similar to when they had battled previously, as then he had multiplied these shuriken. Shadow Clone Jutsu. As the shuriken multiplied through the fire, coming out as the shuriken were on flames while half of them weren't. As that's when Sasuke had said, "Now," as the Anbu was impressed by this, as he was shocked as he got cut up by some of the shuriken. But when he was able to dodge the fireball. But when that's when Naruto had landed a punch right in his face, as that's when flowing the Anbu right against the tree. But as Naruto had basically rushed forward, trying to hit him again, the Anbu had said now, as we would see the Anbu saying fire style, flaming dome. A dome of flames came around him that blasted Naruto back. As when this had happened, you would see where Sasuke had used his own lightning style electrical stream jutsu, paralyzing the Anbu. As that's when Sasuke had went grabbing Naruto's blade, going for the kill, but it seemed like that lightning jutsu was not strong enough to even paralyze the Anbu, and the Anbu had caught Sasuke by the wrist while he had Naruto's blade, and then as you'd see him as he had built up chakra in his hand, breaking Sasuke's wrist. Or at least as Sasuke thought. That's when Naruto seeing this, he was enraged as he jumped trying to hit the Anbu, but the Anbu basically grabbed him by the throat, slamming him to the ground. As then we would see Sasuke Tomoe as he had jumped back, as he would have a 1 and 2 Tomoe Sharingan, a 1 Tomoe in the left eye and the 2 Tomoe in the right. As that's when Naruto had said enough, multi-shadow clone jutsu, as that's when Naruto had pulled off at least 150 clones, as that's when Naruto and Sasuke had both used teamwork by the Naruto clones all throwing shuriken and them all using the shuriken shadow clone jutsu. And when they had did that, you would see Naruto and all of his shadow clones basically make a whole barrage by all sending a giant scale gale palm, making all the shuriken come out the Anbu. As that's when the Anbu had been cut up, but then when the Anbu had used his substitution, trying to get away, Sasuke had tracked him down, kicking him as the Anbu had barely caught himself on a tree, pulling himself up, and Sasuke had went for a kunai slash that the Anbu blocked, as the Anbu would say to Sasuke, saying you are a very strong one, but you can't beat me. As then the Anbu had ran through hand signs, but quickly Sasuke had said lightning palm, and basically the Anbu had disappeared. But when he had disappeared from Sasuke's ninjutsu, barely getting the advantage, it seems like it must have disrupted the Anbu's body flicker, and the Anbu had left without the scroll of sealing. As leaving Naruto and Sasuke, both after this fight, very confused and looking at the scroll of sealing, as that's when they had both actually got curious and looked through the scroll and what was so much fighting over it for, and then they had found what the scroll was about, seeing that it had very strong ninjutsus in it. And that's when Naruto and Sasuke had made a deal for them to both write down in a separate blank scroll one ninjutsu that they would want to learn. As Naruto, knowing of his father writing down the flying Raijin that was created by the second Hokage and perfected by the fourth. And you see Sasuke actually write down a jutsu called lightning style thunder from the heavens, that this jutsu was created by, which I would actually say this is just me putting it in there, by Sakumo Hatake, as this is me just putting that in there and infoing it up, as you'll see how strong this jutsu is when Sasuke learned it. And then that's when they had both report what happened to the third Hokage, and the third Hokage had gladly thanked them, as they're not even on a getting team yet, and they're already doing what is, a shinobi is, as he says that the will of fire burns within both of them. As that's when he had said thank you for their service and returning the scroll. As basically right when Naruto had walked out, Kakashi was right there, as Kakashi of course knew of this quick and went quickly searching for Naruto. So then we would, start to skip a little bit later. As when Naruto went home and basically telling Kakashi exactly what happened, Kakashi was actually pretty impressed about what Naruto and Sasuke were able to do. Clearly, even though that Anbu was holding back and just basically playing defense and toying with them, they were able to pretty much hold their own and do a good against them and helping out the village. Since if the scroll stealing had got out to other villages, it can basically lead to a war and lead to other villages knowing their techniques. As that's when Kakashi had says that looking at Naruto, as he says, Naruto, you've grown. And Naruto's like, what do you mean? I haven't got taller. And that's when Kakashi gives him an eye smile saying, no, not that. You've grown since the day that I've adopted you. Grown and matured. And I think that you are ready to know the full truth. As that's when Naruto says the full truth. What do you mean? I already know that my real parents are, the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, and Kushina Uzumaki. As that's when Kakashi says, no, not that. That there's something that resides in you, Naruto. As that's when he would go on to explain that Naruto has the 9 tails, the demon fox seen inside of him. That the day of his birth, that it attacked the village because of this, that there was a sealing jutsu. His mother's sealing jutsu had weakened during the time of birth that let the 9 tails out. And as Naruto, after knowing what had, as he knew that his father had died protecting the village from the 9 tails, but he never knew that he had the 9 tails. It all makes sense now while certain villagers look at him that way and talk about him that way. But as then you would see Naruto smirk at Kakashi as he would say, well, thank you, big brother Kakashi. As Kakashi would say, what do you mean? As he was kind of wondering what Naruto meant. As Naruto says, because this is just giving me more determination to prove the village wrong and to get their acceptance. As Naruto's goal is not to become Hokage, it's to become a splendid shinobi, like his, like Kakashi, like Minato, like Kushina. As he wants to be a S-rank shinobi that's going to be able to protect the village on his own. He does not want to become Hokage, but that might change later on. So, as then Kakashi had basically smirked at Naruto, saying that he's always taking the good with the bad. And now we would skip to where the new Gennings were assigned to their teams, as Kakashi, pulling some strings, was able to get Naruto and Sasuke on a team, as after what he had heard of what they did from Naruto, he definitely wanted them both on a team, seeing that they both have a rivalry towards each other. And of course, we'll still have Sakura on the team, but she might have some character development later on, you never know. As then, in the next part, we will get into the full explanation of that. As I hoped you guys enjoyed, but I know I didn't get into the bell test, but this part was basically like, as the first part was just setting up and seeing how the character, like seeing the changes, and this part is setting up how the story is. But if you guys do stick around for part 3, the story will get quicker, as we'll be able to get through the bell test it won't even take the full video, and getting into some of the Zabuza arc and things like that, and seeing how it's going to be able to change with Naruto and Sasuke being stronger and things like that. And also, you guys will be able to see how the bell test plays out from Naruto, Kakashi already having that connection. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys like what I did with this little part. And if you guys did like it, show support by commenting what you guys think I should do better on, or what you guys liked. And of course, like the video, and if you want to, subscribe. And this is Revenge X, and I'll be signing off. Peace out.